Hey, what's up, guys? Today I'm going to be basically teaching you how to be able to get a voice AI Synthflow caller to extract information over to GoHighLevel. We're basically making a single line. We're getting all the information from the call itself and plugging it into GoHighLevel. I'm going to show you guys step by step how to do it. And not only that, I'll give you guys a gold nugget as well, where you can add these steps into pipeline stages. So that way you know exactly where each of them is going to go. So with that being said, let's get straight into it. Let's do it. Okay, guys, so we're basically going to be dealing with this voice AI today. Her name is Emma, and she is a mortgage lead qualifier that you can basically grab from the templates within Synthflow themselves, since I helped them make this one actually. And it's a very good prompt. She's very nice. You guys can go ahead and test her. She already has all the best settings that you can get for Synthflow as well, and I made sure to include those for you. However, that's not the point of the video. The point of the video are the info extractors that we're going to be giving over to GoHighLevel. So first things first, we're going to be able to add these info extractors on here. Now, obviously, these depend on what you're trying to do with the call itself. If you're trying to book in a meeting in the call, we need to know, hey, did the voice AI actually book a meeting or not? If you're trying to grab interest within the call, hey, was the person interested in the call? Yes or no? Okay, so first things first, we added a first and last name open question. Now, you want to make sure you copy these exactly as is. If you'd like, you can change stuff, obviously, but we want to make sure that they work for you. So you refer to the person that's calling the voice AI or getting called as a user. Make sure to always refer to them as a user. Okay? And then after this, we want to make sure to not give any examples on the end of it. Why am I saying this? Well, because sometimes the voice AI right now is getting a little bit confused with the examples, and maybe as you saw right there, it had it as Annie. Well, you don't want to have it as Annie because sometimes it actually grabs that information. So for now, we'll leave it as example one and then save right there. So you do the same thing for last name. I'm going to go over them right now really quickly. And you can pause the video however you'd like, but here's the busy side of things. Here we're gathering the ownership status right there, as you can see. And these are in single choice extractors, which means you do need options for these, okay? So make sure to add them. Those are not examples, those are actual choices that you can make. These are examples, so you don't add the examples, as you can see. There's the credit score. There's the intended property use. The interest. So this is where we're actually gathering, hey, were they interested or were they not interested? And then the same thing with the appointment booked. Did the user book an appointment? Yes or no? And we're able to grab that information on GoHighLevel, and I'll show you guys how. Did they not want to be bothered anymore, basically, is what this means. Yes or no? If they're bothered, we don't want to call them again, right? Because they were bothered. What's the point in calling them again? Okay, now, once you have all these connected, you're going to go over to deployment. As you can see, there's going to be a little webhook section right here. Now, what are we going to be doing with this? So first things first, I'm going to go a little bit over the automation that we're going to be building. Okay? So the first thing that we're going to be grabbing here is the inbound webhook. So this is the first action that you're going to make as a trigger for your automation. Now, it might seem like a lot in here that's happening, but in reality, it's really easy to understand. Now, here's what's going on. We are grabbing information from the call itself that just happened. So whenever we have a call with Emma, we are sending the results of that call to this automation every single time. And how do we do that? With the URL, right? So we connect this URL to her right here, as you can see. Now, when doing that, you're going to be able to map the reference. She will appear right here. And then you can check for new request and activate it, save the trigger. Now, every single call that happens with Emma will be put on here through this automation. That's the trigger. It triggers the automation, okay? Now, what we're going to be doing is finding the contact. And the way we do this is by finding them via their phone number. So how are you going to find that phone number? Well, keep in mind, we're getting information from the inbound webhook trigger we just set up. So you go to the inbound webhook trigger here, you go to lead, you go to phone number, and it should prop in that variable right here, as you can see, and then we save that action. That's it. Now here, to create a contact, all you really need is a phone number because we're going to be able to update them right here. However, you could add the first name, the last name, the phone number, and then you could save that action right there. I like to keep these 3 as good measure just in case. However, in reality, all you really need is a create contact section, but we'll discuss that later. For now, you could see all of the information that's being pulled up from the call that happened. Okay, so the call ID. How do we get the call ID? Like this. You go to inbound webhook trigger, call ID. You grab it, you put it on here. Okay, same thing for the call recording, same thing for the call transcript. Now, what are these questions? Well, these exact questions are the same ones that we answered right here in the actions, right? So the AI was able to identify, hey, what's the homeownership status of this guy? Are they a first-time buyer? Are they an experienced buyer? What are they? Well, we're able to tell right here, right? It sends that information, and here we have the information that the user answered, right? If they were a first-time buyer, you would know there, and we're updating the sections for the contact field. Same thing with the income range, same thing with credit score, same thing with intended property use. Okay, so we save that, and now what are we doing? So since this is an outbound call that we're making, we need to gather whether they answered the call, they reached a voicemail, or the call just failed entirely. So if they answer the call, you're gonna grab the status of the call. How do we grab the status of the call? We go right here, we go to inbound webhook trigger, go to status, contains, completed. Why completed? Well, basically, if you go over here to calls, there will be a section that identifies the status for each. I'll show you guys right now. If you go to this section right here, you're going to see status, and this is what we're checking: completed, hang up on voicemail, busy, no answer, and failed. Okay? Now, we do that by checking the status. So this one contains completed, this one contains failed, this one contains hang up on voicemail, and no answer, because it's almost the same thing, as well as busy. Okay? So we save that action, and then we update them in the pipeline. Now, before I get to these stages, I want to show you guys what happens in the pipeline itself. Okay? How do we create this pipeline? So the first things first, you're going to go over here, create new pipeline, name it whatever you want, and then add the stages into that pipeline. Okay? So interested and booked a meeting. Interested and didn't book a meeting. Busy, not interested. Your call failed. They reached voicemail. You'll be able to see it all within here. Okay? So you save that on there. And this is how it's going to look like, right? Just a little section right here. So whenever a new opportunity comes in, let's say it's this, myself. And we refresh the page, you can see right here, I can drag myself into pipeline stages. However, we're not going to even be doing that. It's going to create the contact, and it's going to add the contact that had the phone call into their appropriate pipeline stage, depending on what happens throughout the call, or if the call was even made, right? So that's what we're adding on here. If they reach a voicemail, they're going to get added into their pipeline opportunity. This is what that looks like. Okay? Same thing with call failed. Now, if they answer a phone call, here's where it gets a little bit interesting, right? We're going to gather a note. We're going to make a note of what happened throughout the call, right? Because if we know what happened throughout the call, we're going to be able to see everything. So, for example, this is what it looks like. If I go right here, I could see, okay, caller info, caller name, caller full name, the phone number they called with, extra information if you want, as well as their call ID, their call recording, their call transcript. This is just an example, right, of what can happen. And there's multiple notes that you can add onto one person. So that's what we're building today, essentially, along with the pipeline stages. Okay, so this is what this looks like. All right, And what I did is I basically just connected them to their appropriate custom values right here. That's it. That's it. Okay? So you save that, and now you remove a tag. This is really optional. You don't really need to do this. But then we're going to be checking what happens throughout the call itself. Okay? So the reason I removed these tags is because if they ran through this automation multiple times, these tags will be removed right after. So that's why these remove tags are here. Okay? So the condition, what happened throughout the call, right? Were they busy? Were they interested and booked an appointment? Were they interested and they didn't book an appointment? Were they not interested? Did they turn D&D off because they were annoyed? We need to know all this stuff. Okay? So, busy. What are we doing? We're connecting the info extractor once again to this. So you go to executed actions. You literally just type in busy. It's going to pop it up. And how was it able to pull in busy? Well, here it is. This is how you pull in busy. You go right here. This is why we have it. It's basically an info extractor that we created. Okay? So you just search it up right there. And then true, because Synthflow identifies yes or no as true or false. Okay? So we add that as true because it's a yes. Now, if they were interested, this means that they interested and booked an appointment. This means the same thing. We looked up the info extractor for booked an appointment, which is right here, appointment booked. Yes or no? Okay, true. Were they interested? Same thing. True. Interested and booked an appointment. True and true. All right. Were they interested and didn't book an appointment? That's basically true and false. True and false. Same thing. Now, not interested, it basically just means false, right? So for the interest. And then turned on D&D. Was D&D activated? True. We go down that section. Now what this does, it splits them up into their appropriate branches, okay? If they were busy, we add a tag. Hey, this person was busy. And then we update them in the opportunity section. So the pipeline stages right here. Now, if they were interested and booked an appointment, we add a tag that says that. We add them into the pipeline, and then we remove them from the workflow. That's it. Same thing with interested. We add a tag, we add them into the pipeline stage, and then we make a manual call because these guys, if they were interested and didn't book, we want to follow up with them, right? So you could either not remove them from the workflow or just follow up with them. That's really up to you guys. Now this section right here where it says not interested, we just add a tag, we add them to the stage, and that's it. If they turn D&D on, we make this tag that says D&D, and if you really would like as well, you could enable D&D services for either all channels or specifically for the call channel, right? And you save that action, and that's it. That is basically what you're going to be doing for all of this. So if you have a call, you will basically be able to plug in all of that information on here. Now let's have an example call so you guys can see exactly how it's going to happen. All right, let's get on to it. As you can see, it's calling me right now. Let's pick it up.
Hi, is this Kevin?
Yeah, this is Kevin.
Perfect. This is Emma from Southwest Mortgage Corporation. I noticed you reached out to us a while back about securing a mortgage. Do you have a quick 40 seconds to chat about it?
Yeah, I do.
Great. Just to confirm, are you still looking to secure a mortgage for a new home purchase?
Yeah, I actually am.
Awesome. Could you tell me where you are in the home buying process? Are you looking at listings, under contract, or perhaps have an offer pending?
I'm looking at listings right now.
That's exciting. When are you hoping to secure your mortgage? Within the next few months, or a bit further out?
Yeah, actually in the next month.
Got it. Do you have a target mortgage amount in mind?
Not necessarily, not yet.
No worries at all. We can help narrow it down when you connect with our specialists. Do you happen to know your credit score, or could you give an estimate? This helps us get a sense of what options might work best.
Yeah, let's just say it's 750.
That's a solid score. And what's your approximate annual income? This just helps us recommend the right financing options for you.
Around 60,000.
Thanks for sharing that. Could I grab your zip code for our records?
Yeah, it's 32792.
Great, thanks. And what's the best email to send additional info if needed?
Kevin@gmail.com.
Thanks, Kevin. Just so you know, at Southwest Mortgage, we work with a wide network of lenders to find competitive rates and flexible options that fit each client's situation. We handle everything from application to closing, making the process as smooth as possible. Is there anything specific you'd be looking for in a mortgage broker, like faster approvals or low rates?
Nothing specific. I kind of just want to get started.
Sounds good. Based on what we've talked about, it sounds like connecting with one of our mortgage specialists would be helpful. Would you like to book a quick call to go over tailored options?
Yeah, let's do it.
Awesome. Just to confirm, you're in the U.S. Eastern Time Zone, right?
Yeah.
Great. I have some openings on Monday, December 16th at 12 p.m. or 2 p.m. Would either of those work for you?
The last one.
Perfect. I'll set you up for Monday, December 16th at 2 p.m. You'll get a calendar invite shortly. Please accept it so we know you got it. Looking forward to helping you explore your options.
All right. Thank you so much, Emma.
You're welcome, Kevin. If you have any questions before then, feel free to reach out.
All
Have
right.
a great day.
Thank you. Bye. Okay, so as you could see, I just had a conversation that went really well with the AI, and this is the execution path that happened right here. So as you could see, I went to the trigger. They found me as a contact. I answered the call, and I booked an appointment. All right, so that means that it automatically changed it to this stage right here, and it also gave me a call summary, right, of everything. So we're talking about phone number, we're talking about email, my name, call ID, call recording, call summary, right there as you can see. This actually is generated by Synthflow themselves. And then, of course, we have the call transcript, as you can see. And yep, that should be it. So hopefully this video helped out for everything. Yes, sir. So there are a couple things that I currently have for my community. So the link for my community is going to be down in the description below. Join up. There's definitely going to be a lot of value in there. And if you ever need help with anything, obviously let me know. I'm always available. It might not seem like I'm like I am not available, but it might seem like I'm not available. However, I will be available for you guys. Just make sure to either comment. I will respond to your comments. And yeah, subscribe for more content like this. Thank you guys so much. Peace out.